So where are you originally from? Tell
Um,
me your story about, growing up, where you're from, and
okay. Is it starting now? So originally, I'm from the Philippines. I just migrated here in the U.S. 6, 8 years ago, and then the reason why I want to migrate here is because for nurses, it's just like this is our greener pasture. So growing up, I live in the urban areas in the Philippines, and then I just moved to Manila to study, and then where I did my bachelor's degree and my master's degree there. So I spend a lot of my time studying because this is my ticket, on how to improve our life. My mom always taught me about kindness, compassion, and humility. So those are the values that still within me. Still, I'm carrying those values, and I really believe that it brings me to the right path. Without those core values within me, I believe that I am not here. Actually, I am alone here in the United States. So my family are still in the Philippines, but they are planning to visit me on December. So they will be here. So and I'm so excited about that, and I'm so happy. And this is their first time to see uh, America. So I'm so excited to show what is America for them. I want to tour them first here in Las Vegas. I believe this is a perfect place to unwind. This is, and of course, and this is a diverse city, I could say. You can meet different people with different backgrounds. So I believe that they will enjoy here. And then afterwards, so probably we will go out of state, like neighboring states like California, Arizona. That is why I'm so excited about that. Why Nightingale? Despite of a lot of nursing schools here in the US, because when I was a kid, my mother always taught me about humility, kindness, and compassion. And when I grew up, I brought this core values into my life, which it makes me, to view things in a different way. Being at Nightingale, I feel like, I'm in the paradise wherein, all your fellow collaborators are helping you, especially what you need. And of course, being at Nightingale, aside from teaching is my passion, I want to help learners, in different locations. I talk a lot. I share a lot of information, which I believe they might need this in order for them to facilitate their learning process. So, as much as possible, I spend more time with them. I engage with my students, even though they are in the clinical. So, mind you, so during my clinicals, I spend most of my time, supervising my students. Even though there are times that we need to assign them or pair them into an RN so that they can be able to learn. But I'm always beside them in order to share the information. Let's say, for example, if they are with the patients, so I need to talk more about the condition of the patients, what it's all about their patients. So, or in short, I'm so engaging with my students. I love to do some short discussions, to share some knowledge and those specific skills that they will be needing in order for them to facilitate their learning process. And of course, some of the learners, I should say, doesn't want an intimidating professor. So I'm a kind of an instructor that is, I should say, friendly to my learners. But of course, there is a professional relationship. There is always a boundary. So I most of the time, so I treat my learners as my friends. But as what I've said, there is a boundary behind our professional relationship. I like to talk more about the condition of the patient. about the pathophysiology, about the signs and symptoms of this disease process. And I let the students to think critically. So based on this presenting manifestation, what is our priority nursing intervention? So I'm always stimulating how they will think, and they really like that. I'm the kind of instructor who always asks a lot of questions, who always motivate my students. And speaking of motivations, of course, learners doesn't only need, information, doesn't only need skills, but you need also to motivate them. If you see some learners who are not, motivated enough to listen to your discussion, so do something, apply some style. So you need to talk more about your students so that you can gain their attention. I believe that you need to apply the different styles, different teachings on your discussion. You need to meet their expectations. They are in the nursing school because they need to learn something. And if they are learning from you, definitely they will like you as their instructor. And I think that is the secret of being a great, professor or instructor in the clinical area. If you really have the compassion in nursing, don't mind about the challenges, the hardships that you are experiencing right now. So you have a great instructors, you have a great resources that you will facilitate your learning process, and don't give up. Life must go on. So that is a normal process of life. So whatever challenges you are experiencing right now, if you really have the compassion to become an RN in the future, pursue your dreams, because that it would lead you to success in the future. Success for me is sharing the blessings that you receive from above and having the love and compassion to share these blessings to the other people. Because I do believe that, you are a successful person because God has a plan for you. He wants you to fulfill the dream of other people. So that is why you are the instrument of His plan in order for you to help other people to become successful as well. And for me, that is a great definition of success. Flame Forward, for me, it is not just only the gathering of fellow collaborators, but also it is the realization how far you've been all throughout the year at Nightingale College. So what are your achievements? What are your basically important things that you've already achieved in your life that you want to share with your fellow collaborators, or anything that you want to share with your fellow collaborators that you think that you did great? I think for me that is the meaning of the Flame Forward. Basically, I'm doing all of this because of the legacy that I want to give to people. At the end of the day, it's not about the money, but the legacy that will remain to people. And I do believe that all nurses or all my students right now will remember me when they are already working as an RN.